Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you so much for coming by another No BS social media chat. We've been doing these No BS videos each and every week for 4.5 years. In the world of social media, that's a long time. But I've always talked about one recurring topic, one theme that works with social media because the world is becoming more impatient. When it comes to our social media, we want it all now. We want the success now. We want the growth now. We want everything to happen right now. And so I went back and did some research. Again, 4.5 years, we're up to 200 plus videos or whatever it is. And going back to episode number 3, the episode titled, It's a Marathon and Not a Sprint, we've been talking about this exact same subject. And the reason it wasn't in the first 2 episodes is it was really about what our philosophy was, the No BS philosophy. And the first episode talking about why I sit here and think I have the right to tell you anything about social media. It was kind of almost like the first one was background, the second was our theory, and the third was our meatiest topic. So the most important video of our first 4 or 5 was episode number 3, called A Marathon and Not a Sprint. Here we are 4.5 years later, and what's changed? Well, not that's for sure. I mean, a lot's changed around us. But with social media, so many people are worried about the here and now, worried about getting it now, worried about growing now, worried about everything happening now, that they're not only, number 1, missing out, but number 2, making great mistakes. I'm not a patient person. I've never been a patient person, but I find that as I get older, I become more patient. And it's not something that just naturally happened. It's something I worked at. It's something, yes, number 1 comes with age, but number 2, well, it comes with just accepting that some things you can't change no matter how hard you try. Through most of my broadcasting career, through most of what I do in the music business and social media, the one thing that always gets me at the end of the day is that striving for, well, the immediacy, is wanting it to happen now. I've always joked throughout my life, I've always gotten what I wanted, just not on the timeline I wanted. Yeah, I had my short-term goals, I had my long-term goals, I wanted to do this by this age, I wanted to do this by this age, and it never happened. It ended up happening, just not even close to what I wanted it. It didn't keep me from stopping trying. It was that, I had a goal that was not realistic. I wanted it too soon, when if it was going to happen, it was going to happen at a different time. And I think with social media, that's important too. Again, we all want to grow rapidly. We all want to go viral. We all want to be huge and successful and have people pay attention to us. But while it's a wonderful dream to have, the reality is could you handle it even if it did happen? And number 2, what would you do with all of that? And I think that's the important thing too, where it is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's incremental growth each and every day. If you can grow just a little bit every day, you're going to do very well. Now, I realize some people are looking just at the numbers that they've got as things to brag about. They're hoping that people will just glance at the numbers and not really do any in-depth digging. As I used to say years ago when I first started doing social media, I was digging into things that most people on the surface would never see. Now that people have become more sophisticated, more savvy, and they're tracking you through social media, they're looking to see if your numbers are real. They're looking to see if the amount of Facebook likes you have, happens. Do you get a lot of comments? Do you get a lot of, likes and dislikes and thumbs up and smiley faces and sad clowns or whatever it is? Because that's an indicator of you not buying any followers, you not buying any comments, you not buying any likes. I don't know if you can even buy comments on Facebook. I'm sure you can. But it's those kind of things that people are now looking at that they weren't looking at years ago. It's something to think about. It's something to try to come to grips with. And again, like I said, we've been talking about this, and we've actually touched on wanting it now. We've talked about the marathon and not the sprint, just not in big detail in each and every episode, but we probably touched on it every 2 or 3 episodes, talking about wanting it now and wanting to be patient and really working the relationships and working at being social. Some things stay the same. Some things never change. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I know you want it now, but please don't drive yourself crazy, because slow growth, steady growth, the tortoise and the hare, all those good kind of analogies, still very important today. And we've been talking about this for a long, long time to come. Back next week, another No BS social media chat. NoBSSocial.com, the website for all the videos. Throw them up on YouTube, throw them up on Facebook. Again, I don't care where you watch. I would just love for you to come on back again next week. We'll talk some No BS social media. My contact info, email address, phone number, all coming up here at the end of the video if you do want to reach out. Thanks. Have a good one.